Silverstone, early, the heat just starting to build up. In the paddock, empty transporters, their thoroughbred loads and special tyres waiting for the action. This was the scene before the British Grand Prix, the time when drivers and mechanics try to relax, finding things to do that have already been done. Graham Hill back in business with a rebuilt Lotus after his crash the day before, one of the heroes of the meeting. And as final preparations for the race were made, 130,000 enthusiasts streamed into the Grand Prix circuit. A lot of them after autographs. In demand, Jack Brabham. Jackie Stewart, and close by, Denny Hulme, the leading championship driver, his Brabham Repco getting plenty of attention. Hulme Jr. couldn't care less. While he slept, the temperature climbed towards the 80s. Drivers like Mike Spence did their best to relax. Dan Gurney took it easy in a shady place. But for others, there was work to do. Hill, anxious about his untried car, worked alongside Lotus mechanics on the big Ford engine. No time for distraction. The same for John Surtees, driving a Japanese-entered Honda. Starting time near. The cars were going out onto the track. In the Honda camp, last-minute adjustments. Jim Clark looking cool and calm, but perhaps wondering how his Lotus teammate's car would stand up to the high-speed hammering it would face. But Graham Hill seemed happy enough. Lotus boss Colin Chapman wasn't so sure. Only time would tell. Well, this was it. This was what the crowds had come to see. In blistering heat, the big names of motor racing lined up. Clark number 5, Hill number 6. Rolling from the dummy grid to action stations. All set. Firemen included. Into the lead from the start went Jim Clark. Close behind were Jack Brabham and Graham Hill. In tremendous heat that made the track shimmer, a ding-dong battle for position forced the speed up. It was too hot a pace for some, even early on. Time for Mike Spence to have a quick breather in the pits. Not that he wanted one, the race was unwinding fast. The car's getting further away from him. Nothing much he could do about it. Pit signals meant trouble for some, but for most, there were 80 grueling laps following Jim Clark. The beginning of the end for Graham Hill, suspension trouble when in the lead. They fixed it, but Clark regained the lead and Hill eventually had to retire with engine trouble. The field was clear for the Flying Scotsman to open the gap between himself and the rest. First, Jim Clark, 1 hour, 59 minutes, 25.6 seconds. Denny Hulme second, Chris Amon third. But here was the man who'd fought his duel in the sun and won. For Jim Clark, victory. For the crowd, excitement, a heat wave, and a great British Grand Prix.